So today we're going to learn about all things contact inside Empire Intelligence CRM. So contacts are really at the heart of this entire CRM, and it's really everything from sending an email, everyday automation or triggers, how to track all of your different contacts, on a contact record, all the information about them. So it's really the heart of how this CRM is run and what needs to be updated constantly. So on the left-hand side here, click Contacts. We've got a few added contacts in here already. But what I'm going to start with is actually importing your contacts. So you don't have to do this one by one. You can actually do it in bulk. So right up here on the right-hand side, there's an import button. If you click on this, what you can do is you can import opportunities, which I'll talk about opportunities in a later video. But today we're just going to focus on contacts. If you click Contacts, hit Next, you can actually download a sample file. So it has to be in a certain structured format to import them in to make sure that all the right names, email addresses, phone numbers, addresses, details, all that stuff goes into the right parts in this system. So if you download that sample file, we can open that up here. Show you what this looks like. So on the sample file here, it's got phone number, email, first name, last name, business name, source, additional emails, notes, tags, additional phone numbers. So the tagging part I'll talk to in a minute as well. But you can add additional line items in here. What you'd need to do is just map those to a field. So if you've got additional information about contacts like their address, like their state, like their city, you would just need to map those to a field. So once you've updated that all with all of your contact lists, you would then just add it inside here. And then there's this mapping part here. So if we just drag that on here, the mapped part, it's already saying on here. So what you can do is you can actually map to all these different things. So if you ever look here, so you've got country, DND is do not disturb for emails, for SMSing, for phone calling, time zones. So you can actually map all these different fields inside here. So if you want to put street address, city, state, postal code, all those things, websites, time zone, date of birth, if you've got that information, contact ID if you've got that too. You can map all those additional things inside that Excel, pull it all through, and then it will map that stuff to there. You just hit next and that will import all of those different contacts into your CRM. So that's the easy way to import them. So once they're in there, your contacts will appear here as a list. So let's click into one of them and see what that looks like. So if you click on a contact here, on the contact info will tell you all the information about them. So this is the all fields. So again, you can sign it to one of your team members as well. And down the left here, you've got the email, first name, last name, phone numbers, if they've got date of birth, what type of lead it is. Then again, if you've got their address, time zone, all those things on the side here. Now, what you've got in the middle here is activity in terms of communication with them. So you can actually send emails direct. We've linked domain in a previous email. So if you've done that, you can send emails directly to them. So here's my email address here. We can just send an email directly to them, send, and then that appears on the timeline here. So this is sending from the domain we've linked. This will appear on the timeline inside here. So we'll say that we've got, and then you can start having communications. You can see everything that's ever happened. So if you send an SMS, if you've got SMSs linked or a WhatsApp, or it's an internal comment, you can add in just an internal comment inside here as well. All of those things are mapped to this person's timeline. You can see that everything that's taken place. And then over on the right-hand side here, we've got activity. So if they visit a page, so if you've got your domain name linked, or they visit a page or submit a form, or they've got appointments, or they've done calls, all of that will appear on their timeline here, which is very cool. So you can see everything that's kind of happened to a contact. You can also do associations. So if they're part of a company, you can have multiple people, obviously part of one company. So I've said this person's assigned with Empire Intelligence. And again, if there's other people, if you click on here, you can actually have, what their email address is, website, and all the different details inside that company inside there as well. You can also see if there's any opportunities. So we will talk about later in another video all about opportunities. Opportunities is really if there's a deal attached to them essentially. So you can create a new opportunity on this contact, or you can link an existing one. You can put some tasks in there as well. There is a way up here to click tasks and we'll see everything that's outstanding. So if you want to call this person back in 4 days, or remind to send an email or follow them up about something, you can actually add a task here, which will have a reminder built into it as well, which is very handy. You can also just add notes. So if you want to add a note, you can pin it to the top and have notes for, say, other people in your team members that maybe going to be communicating with these people. You can add a note in here. You can also see any upcoming appointments or past appointments they've had, or create an appointment right then and there for them. You can also add any documents. So if there's an internal document sent or received, there is inside Go level, which we'll talk about later, there is a digital signing thing built inside here. So again, if you're sending an internal document, that would appear here. And then if you link Stripe and you've got transactions, you can see actually any payments they've done as well. So this is contacts and everything you can do inside contact on the contact screen. And again, there's a lot of information here. On here, you can actually just split the activity down too. So if you only wanted to see across someone's history, just what the appointments they had or any opportunities they were attached to, you can actually split it up by that too, which is very handy. So back to the main contact screen here, this is basically everything in bulk. So if you do want to create certain lists, you can actually sort by a whole bunch of different things, or you can filter by lots of different things as well. And this is where tagging comes into it. So every contact you can tag with either a custom tag that you create or a tag that's already in the system. And then what you can do is you can actually filter by that tag. So these are the 3 tags that are currently in the system. You can add as many tags as you want, and you can filter by that tag. So if you've got people tagged as follow-up, and I only want to see people that are tagged as follow-up, these people are tagged as follow-up, and there's a new smart list. So I could actually create this as a new list. And if you've got some people that call your database every day to generate meetings and bookings for you, you can create a whole bunch of different smart lists for them that are based on tags. So if someone, in your production team, or say your initial sales team, have tagged someone as follow up, they can pull a list just for those people. If they tag them as anything you want, you can then pull them into different lists to have someone call them all. So it's an easy way to basically filter your entire database with a very easy tag there. Tasks, again, if you've got a whole bunch of different tasks that you've created for yourself, you can add them into task lists. This will then give you essentially what you need to do that day. So if you use tasks very well, you can actually just work through a task list inside here. And there's the companies that we talked about before as well. So that's contacts. Easy place to hold all of your contact information, all of your clients' data in one spot with all their details, and you can actually see all the different types of communication they've had, plus leave notes, plus obviously book appointments, understand where they're at, add extra tags to them, and then add, of course, opportunities to them as well to sell them into things. So that's contacts.